Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Muhich, Fibromyalgia Wellness Center. And in a previous video blog that we had completed concerning foods and removal of certain foods from the diet for about 2.5 to 3 weeks, afterwards, what do? You just automatically go back to these foods that may have been inflammatory, allergic to you? No, actually what we do after the 2.5 to 3 weeks of detoxing and removing these inflammatory foods from your diet, we expect you to add one food that is not on the food list every 72 hours. Why 72 hours? Well, from mouth to evacuation, it's about 65 hours. And so rather than worrying about having you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the evening to change your diet, just 3 days. Every 3 days you can add one food that was restricted on the initial food evaluation to your diet, such as, say for example, red meat. And after 72 hours, you can eat that as many times as you want to. So what happens, we give you a form like this, and after you've eaten the food, you check to see what kind of reaction you have after 15 minutes, then after 1 hour, and then of course 72 hours. What are we talking about reactions? Well, I always like to go back to Disney, Walt Disney, and use the 7 Dwarfs. You shouldn't have any reaction whatsoever, but you could be itchy, scratchy, sneezy, dopey, headachy, bloaty, all these different things that can actually occur, and you take these for granted. For example, oh, I ate too much, or I'm tired. You can get weepy and tired and so forth. None of those things should happen, and if they do, not only is the food inflammatory, but you have an allergic reaction, and that's a bad thing for you. That will continue you having problems, health problems. So on this list, you can actually mark off those times, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and then at the end, we want to know not only how it's going in, but how and if the food is coming out. We don't want you to have a problem intestinal with the food. And so you have a question to answer. Do you eat that food and stay sick? Inflammatory, an allergic reaction, or you stay away from that food and you start feeling better. Those people, patients that we have that stay away from foods that they know are inflammatory or have allergic reaction, start feeling better almost immediately, believe it or not. And the secondary thing is usually there's a weight loss involved with this. So all those foods that were restricted, the sugar, gluten, trans fatty acids, and dairy, you add those one food every 72 hours. By the way, beef pot pie is not one food. It has multiple things involved in it. So make sure you don't eat something that has other products involved with it. So continue eating what's on the diet or what's on the restricted food list, and one every 72 hours. And if you have a bad reaction, write it down and we make note of it. And believe it or not, patients come back and they'll say, over the weekend, I had something I know I shouldn't have, and boy, did I have a bad reaction. So immediately get off of that, and we get you cleansed right away. Again, this is Dr. Ken Muhich from the Fibromyalgia Wellness Center. We're always glad to see your back and other body parts. And if you have any other questions, please check our blog, our website, and the many blogs that I put on there, including those that we're talking about, the fibrowellnesscenter.com. Thank you very much.